Welcome to Dashcam NAV. Every second on the road counts, and just one moment of carelessness can change everything. Here, we bring you real, raw, and unbelievable dashcam footage from hard-stopping near misses to shocking crashes. Each clip is a powerful reminder of how fast things can go wrong and the valuable lessons we can learn. Buckle up, stay alert, and let's dive into the wild world of the unexpected.
Welcome back to Dashcam NAV, the place where real roads, real mistakes, and real consequences speak louder than any warning sign. Let me ask you something, have you ever thought, it's just one quick glance at my phone, or, I can beat that red light. Maybe even, I'll switch lanes real fast, no one's coming. Well, the drivers in today's video probably thought the same thing. But here's the truth, every single crash you're about to see didn't have to happen. These weren't caused by storms, brake failures, or black ice. They were caused by something far more dangerous, carelessness. And it all happened in a heartbeat. Today, we're diving into real-life dashcam footage that shows just how quickly a routine drive can turn into a nightmare. Each clip tells a story of distraction, impatience, bad habits, or just plain recklessness. But instead of just watching, we're going deeper. We'll walk you through what went wrong, and break down the traffic laws that were broken. Some of them might surprise you. Others, they're things we all know but sometimes forget. This isn't about scaring you. It's about reminding you that every time you're behind the wheel, you're making choices not just for yourself, but for everyone else on the road. So buckle up, stay alert, and let's learn from these mistakes so we don't end up in them. Let's hit play. Picture this, it's a calm, sunny afternoon in a quiet suburban neighborhood. The streets are dry, traffic is light, the sky is clear. Everything about this drive feels routine, even relaxing. A driver is behind the wheel of a sedan, just cruising along. No rush, no stress, just another day on the road. But then, his phone buzzes.
Maybe it's a text. Maybe he's checking directions. Maybe it's a quick glance to change the song. Whatever the reason, he looks down. Just for a moment. 3 seconds, maybe 4. That's it. In that blink of time, he drifts. His car crosses the center line. Coming in the opposite direction is a motorcyclist totally unaware, with no time to react. And then, impact. A brutal head-on collision. In an instant, that peaceful suburban street turns into a scene of tragedy. What's haunting about this crash isn't just the violence of it but how preventable it was. The road conditions were perfect. Visibility was clear. No sudden stops, no wild traffic. This didn't happen because of speed, or weather, or a mechanical failure. It happened because the driver took his eyes off the road for just a few seconds. 3 seconds. That's shorter than a commercial break. It's the time it takes to blink and take a sip of coffee. But on the road, 3 seconds can be the difference between life and death. Distracted driving is one of the most common and most dangerous behaviors on the road today. And yet, too many drivers still treat it like it's harmless. They'll say, I was just checking one thing, or, I can multitask. But the truth is, no one can. When your eyes aren't on the road, your brain isn't driving. And that moment of inattention, however brief, can end someone's life. Let's break it down further. In most US states, using a handheld device while driving is against the law. That includes texting, scrolling, or even just holding your phone while talking. Some states have stricter hands-free laws that ban any use of a phone unless it's through voice commands or mounted controls. The reason is simple: phones pull your eyes, your hands, and your mind away from where they need to be. And when distraction leads to a crash, especially a fatal one, the consequences are more than just traffic tickets. In this case, where a motorcycle rider is killed due to a driver texting or using a phone, prosecutors may press charges for vehicular manslaughter. That's a felony. We're talking about possible jail time, a revoked license, and a permanent mark on someone's life, all because of a phone. Let that sink in. A few seconds on a screen, and someone's life is gone. Someone's parent, someone's child, someone's friend. And the person behind the wheel, their life changes forever too. What's even more frustrating is that it doesn't have to be this way. This kind of crash is 100% avoidable. It's not some act of fate. It's a decision. A choice. And unfortunately, it's a choice made every single day by drivers who believe they're the exception. I'm careful. I'm quick. I've done it before. Until the one time they're not. And by then, it's too late. Let me be real with you, whatever's on your phone can wait. That text? That notification? That update from social media? None of it is more important than staying alive. None of it is worth risking someone else's life. You have one job when you're behind the wheel: drive. Everything else can wait. And if it absolutely can't, pull over. It's that simple. We live in a time where our phones are always within reach. They're our GPS, our music, our connection to the world. But they don't belong in our hands when we're driving. You wouldn't close your eyes for 5 seconds while flying down the freeway, right? So why would you do it while checking a message? The motorcyclist in this dashcam clip didn't get a second chance. He was doing everything right, staying in his lane, moving at a safe speed, alert. But he paid the price for someone else's distraction. That's what makes these crashes so tragic. The wrong people often pay. So here's the takeaway: if you're someone who still reaches for your phone behind the wheel, it's time to make a change. Right now. Before it's too late. You may have done it 100 times without a problem. But it only takes one time for everything to go wrong. Don't wait for a wake-up call that comes too late. Let this story be the reminder. Eyes on the road. Hands on the wheel. Mind on the drive. Because a message can wait. But a life never can. Imagine you're driving through a busy city street during rush hour. Cars are packed tightly together, lanes are narrow, and everyone is trying to get somewhere fast. It's the kind of traffic that demands your full attention, constant scanning of mirrors, checking your blind spots, and thinking ahead. Now, picture this: a car ahead suddenly swerves to the right lane without signaling. No warning flash at the turn signal, no mirror glance, nothing. Just a sudden move into the next lane. What that driver didn't see, or maybe ignored, was a motorcycle already occupying that lane, hidden in the car's blind spot. The biker has no time to react. There's a loud crash, and the motorcyclist is thrown violently onto the road. It's chaos and confusion, and most importantly, a serious injury waiting to happen. This is one of the most common types of crashes caught on dashcam, the unsafe lane change. And it's heartbreaking because it's so preventable. Lane changing sounds simple, right? Move from one lane to another. But it's one of the trickiest maneuvers on the road, especially in heavy traffic and for drivers who aren't paying close enough attention. It requires a lot more than just flicking a signal on and steering. The key steps for a safe lane change are looking in your rear view and side mirrors, checking your blind spot by turning your head, signaling your intent early enough for others to react, and then moving over only when it's safe. In this crash, the driver skipped all those steps. No mirrors. No head checks. No signal. And that's the problem. When drivers ignore these basic safety measures, they're essentially playing a dangerous game of invisibility with other vehicles, especially motorcycles. Motorcycles are smaller and more agile, and their size often puts them right in the car's blind spots. That means a car can be completely unaware that a bike is right next to it, and when the car suddenly moves over, the results can be catastrophic. From a legal standpoint, failing to use your turn signals during a lane change is a clear violation of traffic laws across all U.S. states. It's not just a minor annoyance, it's a serious offense designed to keep everyone on the road safe. Signals communicate your intentions to other drivers and riders, giving them time to adjust their speed or position accordingly. But the consequences get even heavier when that failure to signal leads to injury. At that point, the unsafe lane change is no longer just a traffic violation, it's negligent driving. Negligent driving can result in license points, hefty fines, and in some cases, even criminal charges depending on the severity of injuries caused. It's a legal way of saying, you didn't do what you were supposed to do to keep others safe, and people got hurt because of it. What makes this so tragic is that these crashes aren't just about property damage, they're about real people, real injuries, and sometimes even fatalities. Motorcyclists face far greater risks in these situations because they don't have the protection of a medical around them. A collision that might only leave a car with a dent can send a biker flying off the road, leading to broken bones, head injuries, or worse. So what can we take away from this? First and foremost, always use your mirrors, and I mean really use them. Don't just glance briefly. Make it a habit to check your rear view and side mirrors every few seconds, especially before you make any lane change. Second, always check your blind spots by turning your head to physically look over your shoulder. Mirrors don't show everything. Blind spots exist for a reason, and ignoring them puts others in danger. Third, and this is something many drivers forget, always signal your intentions well in advance. A quick flash of your turn signal isn't just a courtesy, it's a lifeline for everyone around you. It tells other drivers and motorcyclists exactly what you plan to do, giving them precious time to react and adjust. And finally, stay aware of motorcycles. They can be hard to spot, especially in heavy traffic or low-light conditions. Don't assume a lane is clear just because you don't see a car there. This story is a powerful reminder that driving isn't just about you. It's about being part of a community on the road, sharing space with others who all deserve to get home safely. When drivers skip the basics, mirrors, signals, blind spot checks, they're not only breaking the law, they're putting lives at risk. So next time you're tempted to switch lanes quickly without a signal, or skip the blind spot check because you think it's clear, remember this clip and the motorcyclist who paid the price. It's not worth the risk. Taking those extra seconds to be careful could save a life, maybe even your own. Because when it comes to lane changes, mirrors, signals, and awareness don't just prevent accidents, they save lives. Picture a two-lane road cutting through rolling hills on a bright, sunny afternoon. It's the kind of road many drivers love: open, scenic, seemingly safe, but it holds hidden dangers, especially when drivers get careless. This story is about one of those dangers, reckless overtaking combined with speed, a deadly mix that turns a normal day into a tragic nightmare. Imagine a pickup truck barreling down this two-lane road, engine roaring, tires gripping the asphalt as the driver pushes the pedal harder. The road markings are clear, a double yellow line runs down the center, a universal sign telling drivers, no passing. Yet, in a reckless moment of impatience or poor judgment, the pickup crosses over that double yellow, attempting to pass slower traffic ahead. Now, just over the next hill, an SUV is cresting the rise, coming straight towards the pickup truck. Both drivers only see each other at the very last second. There's no time to swerve or brake properly. The inevitable happens, a violent head-on collision. This crash was captured by a dashcam, freezing the terrifying moment in brutal detail. It's the kind of accident you hope never to see, but the reality is that it happens all too often, and it always has the same tragic route: reckless overtaking and speeding. Let's break down what went wrong. First, overtaking on a two-lane road is only safe when you have a clear, unobstructed view of the road ahead, and when the markings on the road allow it. Double yellow lines are there for a reason. They mark no passing zones, places where visibility is poor or conditions are risky. Hills, curves, intersections, or any spot where you can't clearly see oncoming traffic are dangerous places to overtake. In this case, the pickup truck driver ignored these warnings and took a gamble on crossing into the oncoming lane while cresting a hill, a blind spot where oncoming vehicles are literally hidden from view. It's one of the most dangerous moves on the road, because at higher speeds, the time to react is almost zero. Then,
Add speeding to the mix. The pickup wasn't just moving fast, it was exceeding the safe speed limit for that stretch of road. Speeding reduces the driver's reaction time and increases the force of impact during a collision. That means injuries are more severe, and chances of survival go down dramatically. From a legal perspective, this kind of reckless behavior is treated very seriously. Passing over a double yellow line is illegal in every state, and it's one of the top causes of head-on crashes nationwide. When you combine it with speeding, especially in a no-passing zone like a hill crest, it's often classified as reckless driving. Reckless driving laws vary, but generally, they're designed to punish behaviors that show a willful disregard for the safety of others. Penalties can include fines, license suspension, or even jail time. And if an accident causes injury or death, the charges escalate to felony levels: vehicular manslaughter or criminal negligence. Those are life-altering consequences, not just for the victims and their families but for the drivers responsible as well. So why do people take such risks? Often, it's impatience, the urge to save a few seconds on their commute or to get ahead in traffic. Maybe they think, it's just a quick pass, I'll be done before anyone notices. But what they don't realize is that a few seconds gained are not worth a lifetime of regret or the loss of a life. This dashcam footage serves as a harsh but crucial lesson. The driver's reckless decision didn't just affect them, it endangered the SUV driver, any passengers inside, and anyone else on the road. What's the takeaway for us all? The road isn't a racetrack. It's a shared space where every driver's actions impact others. When you see a double yellow line, respect it. When you approach a hill crest or curve, slow down and wait for a safe opportunity, or better yet, wait until the no-passing zone ends. And above all, never combine risky maneuvers with speeding. Speeding itself is dangerous enough. It reduces your ability to stop quickly, decreases your control over the vehicle, and makes it harder to judge distances and react to sudden hazards. When you add an illegal, reckless maneuver like passing on a blind hill, you multiply the risk exponentially. This crash reminds us that reckless decisions behind the wheel aren't just mistakes, they can be fatal errors with irreversible consequences. So, the next time you're tempted to speed up and squeeze around a slower car on a two-lane road, think twice. Ask yourself, is it worth risking your life or someone else's for a few seconds saved? Because once that decision is made, you can't undo the damage. Remember, safe driving isn't just about obeying laws, it's about protecting yourself, your passengers, and everyone else sharing the road. Respect the rules, respect the lines painted on the asphalt, and above all, respect life. Because when it comes to reckless overtaking and speeding, the stakes couldn't be higher. Imagine you're cruising down a busy freeway during rush hour. Traffic is flowing, but it's starting to slow. Up ahead, cars begin to brake gently as the congestion builds. Now, picture the car directly behind suddenly slamming its brakes too late to stop smoothly. The vehicle behind it, caught by surprise, crashes right into the back of that car. And before you know it, a third car comes barreling in, smashing into the pileup. What started as a minor slowdown quickly turns into a three-car crash, all captured on dashcam in vivid detail. This is the harsh reality of tailgating, one of the most common and dangerous causes of rear-end collisions on our roads. Tailgating happens when a driver follows another vehicle too closely, leaving insufficient space to stop safely. And it's not just reckless, it's downright deadly. Let's unpack what happened here. The first car slowed down as traffic demanded. The second driver, who was following way too close, had no room or time to react and ended up crashing into the first car's rear bumper. The impact sent a shockwave backward, catching the third car unprepared as well, resulting in a multi-car pileup. This chain reaction of crashes is what makes tailgating so dangerous. It's not just about the immediate crash, these accidents often cause backups, block emergency lanes, and put countless other drivers and passengers at risk. A simple failure to maintain a safe following distance can spiral into chaos in seconds. Now, why do drivers tailgate? Sometimes it's frustration, impatience in heavy traffic, or a desire to pressure the driver ahead to speed up. Other times, it's pure carelessness or distraction. But regardless of the reason, tailgating drastically reduces reaction time, increasing the chance of accidents. From a legal standpoint, tailgating is a moving violation everywhere in the US. Traffic laws are clear. Drivers must maintain a safe distance from the vehicle ahead, typically measured by the 2-second rule. This rule means you should stay at least 2 seconds behind the car in front to ensure enough time to stop if they suddenly brake. Failing to keep this safe following distance is not just dangerous, it's punishable. If tailgating leads to a crash, the driver following too closely is almost always considered at fault. That means they can face hefty fines, points on their license, increased insurance rates, and possibly even lawsuits from injured parties. In many states, repeat offenses, or tailgating combined with speeding can lead to more severe penalties, including license suspension. And if the accident results in serious injury or death, criminal charges could follow.
But beyond the legal consequences, the real cost is human. Rear-end collisions cause thousands of injuries each year, from minor whiplash to severe spinal injuries or worse. Many victims suffer long-term pain or disability because someone didn't keep enough space on the road. So what's the solution? It's simple and backed by decades of traffic safety research. Always leave enough room between you and the car ahead. Use the 2-second rule as a baseline, but increase that distance in bad weather, heavy traffic, or poor visibility. If conditions are slick or visibility is low, consider extending your following distance to 4 seconds or more. When you give yourself that extra space, you gain precious seconds to react. Seconds that can mean the difference between a safe stop and a devastating crash. Dashcam footage like this reminds us why tailgating isn't just annoying, it's life-threatening. It puts you, your passengers, and everyone else on the road at risk. The frustration of a little slower traffic isn't worth the risk of crashing or worse. Imagine how many accidents could be prevented if every driver committed to keeping a safe following distance. Fewer crashes mean fewer injuries, fewer traffic jams, and safer roads for all. So next time you find yourself inching up close to the car in front, take a deep breath and back off. Remind yourself that tailgating isn't a badge of toughness, it's a dangerous gamble that you don't need to take. Respect the 2-second rule. Respect the lives on the road. And most importantly, respect your own safety. Because when it comes to tailgating, the best way to avoid a crash isn't to brake hard, it's to give yourself the space you need to stop safely. Picture this, it's late at night. The streets are quiet, almost deserted. An intersection glows under the streetlights, completely empty, or so it seems. A sedan approaches and, seeing the red light, the driver makes a risky decision. Instead of stopping, they decide to run through the red. Maybe they think, no one's coming, I can beat this. But right at that moment, an SUV enters the intersection with the green light, unaware of the danger ahead. The crash is sudden and violent. The impact flips the SUV onto its side, and the sedan driver ends up critically injured. This is a perfect example of a fatal gamble that too many drivers make every day. Running red lights might seem like a harmless shortcut, especially late at night when the roads look empty. But the truth is, traffic signals exist for a reason, to keep everyone safe and orderly. Green lights grant the right of way, and anyone running a red light risks a catastrophic collision. When two vehicles collide at intersections, the impacts are often severe, because speeds are high and drivers may not have time to react. Let's break down what went wrong here. The sedan driver chose to ignore the red light, assuming no other vehicles would be crossing. That split-second decision was driven by impatience or maybe overconfidence. However, the intersection is shared space no matter how empty it looks. The rules don't change. Green light means go, and red light means stop, full stop. By running the red light, the sedan driver violated a fundamental traffic law designed to prevent exactly this kind of collision. Even if the streets seem empty, ignoring traffic signals throws the whole system into chaos. Other drivers expect everyone to obey these rules. When someone breaks them, accidents are almost inevitable. From a legal perspective, running a red light is a serious offense across all states. At minimum, it results in traffic citations with fines and points on the driver's license. Accumulating points can lead to higher insurance rates or even license suspension. But when running a red light causes injury or death, the consequences escalate dramatically. Drivers can face felony charges like reckless driving or vehicular assault. In some tragic cases, charges of vehicular manslaughter apply. The laws are clear. Running a red light isn't just a mistake, it's criminal negligence when it endangers lives. Courts and juries take these violations seriously because they know the deadly risks involved. Beyond legal penalties, the human cost is enormous. Intersections are hotspots for severe crashes because vehicles often collide at right angles, which can cause devastating injuries. Emergency rooms see countless victims from red light accidents, people with broken bones, traumatic brain injuries, or worse. Families are torn apart over something that could have been prevented with one simple action, stopping at the red light. So what can we take away from this? The message is straightforward but vital. Red means stop. Always. No matter how empty the road looks, no matter how late it is, you must come to a complete stop when the light turns red. Don't ever gamble with your life or the lives of others by running red lights. No message, no schedule, no urge is worth the risk. Dashcam footage like this is a harsh but necessary reminder. It shows that even when you think you are being clever or saving time, a moment's recklessness can change everything in an instant. It can turn a routine drive into a life-altering disaster. When you see the light turn red, remember that those signals are there to protect everyone: drivers, passengers, pedestrians, and cyclists alike. They create a predictable flow of traffic, reducing chaos and preventing crashes. If you're in a hurry or running late, plan better so you don't feel pressured to break the rules. If you find yourself tempted to speed through a red light, think about the consequences. The risk isn't worth the reward, because you might not get another chance. Every driver has the power to save lives simply by obeying traffic signals. Red lights save lives. They save you from a devastating crash, and they save others sharing the road with you. So next time you approach a red light, no matter what, stop completely. Wait for the green. Drive with patience and respect for the rules that keep us all safe. Because in the end, the fatal gamble of running a red light isn't a game anyone wins. It's a risk that costs far too much. Now, buckle up, and get ready to watch some of the wildest, most reckless moves caught on dashcam from drivers you won't believe. What you've just seen are real stories, real people, and real lives forever changed by careless decisions made in mere seconds. These aren't just crashes caught on camera, they're powerful reminders of how quickly things can go wrong when we let our guard down behind the wheel. If you're driving, take this to heart. Stay alert at all times. Don't let distractions steal your focus. Follow the rules of the road. Those laws exist for a reason, to protect you and everyone else sharing the streets. And always respect your fellow drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists. Driving isn't just about getting from point A to point B, it's about responsibility, awareness, and care. Every second you spend behind the wheel matters, because every second you drive safely, you're protecting lives, including your own. If this video opened your eyes, if it made you think twice about how you drive, please do us a favor, hit that like button. Share this video with your friends, family, anyone you care about, because the more people who understand these risks, the safer our roads become. And don't forget to subscribe to Dashcam NAV. Here, we bring you real dashcam footage, real stories, and real lessons to help you become a smarter, safer driver. We believe that by learning from others' mistakes, we can all make better choices on the road. Together, we can prevent these tragic crashes and keep our communities safe. So until next time, thanks for watching. Drive safe, stay sharp, and most importantly, stay alive.